blubbers. Lip blubbers is one of my favorite regulating tools. Welcome to Let's Go to Vegas. This is session 1. We will do the extended exhale today. Extended exhale breath. I'd like to open our session with lip blubbers together. We'll start and end our sessions with lip blubbers. Very helpful. And then I'm going to open with a quote from one of my books that has to do with this nervous system regulation. And then we'll begin our practice for the day. So with the gentle inhale, on the exhale, let your lips blubber like a horse. Again. And one more. Bird song, bare feet, strong digestion, sleep, sunlight, moonlight, candlelight, warm drinks, movement. So many ways to get rooted and remind our nerves that we are safe in our body. Just relax. Has anyone ever told you that? Just relax. Clearly, this is a statement by somebody who has not experienced chronic dysregulation. Because just relax is an incredibly frustrating thing to hear when you don't even know what that feels like because you haven't been able to get into a state of relaxation for longer than you can remember. When we have become hypersensitive, when our nervous systems have become hypersensitive, oftentimes it was because our survival depended upon that. For some amount of time, for some reason, our hypervigilance was our survival mechanism. So our nervous systems became very sensitive. What this means is that things that are pretty normal and harmless can be happening in our environment, and we actually get triggered into our sympathetic nervous system response, where our body thinks that we're in danger because there's something similar that feels like a threat according to our past experiences. So the filter through which the signals are coming in, the inputs from the environment, they're coming through this filter of our past experiences, which has laid down grooves that triggered us to go into sympathetic. That pathway is very smoothly carved out. There's a fast groove. Our system knows how to send us down that route. And so it goes there quickly and easily. My tea that I just poured, it says, there is pleasure in the pathless woods. The pathless woods with our nervous system are the paths that we haven't carved, these other pathways that are there. And what we can do with our vagus nerve is we can actually change how it responds to the signals. So when I receive inputs from my environment that I might have perceived as a possible threat, the vagus nerve is going to signal activation of my sympathetic circuit, which, like I said, runs fast because it has been run many, many times before. But I can reroute the signal, and I can train new pathways in the pathless woods. I can make new paths so that instead of the default of this operating system bringing me down the sympathetic route, I can train myself for it to be easier to go down the parasympathetic route, which is the rest, digest, heal, manifest. Okay. So I can practice running on my parasympathetic track every day. Think of yourself at a track, and this track is the parasympathetic state of my nervous system. So if we do this every day, if we go to Vegas and we put in new inputs, a new practice that trains us to carve out that pathway on the parasympathetic side, then that becomes more natural than before. And it also becomes a tool that we can recognize. I am receiving false inputs. There's inputs from the environment. I know I'm actually safe, but my nervous system is perceiving that I'm not. I'm going to send it a signal by doing this breath or this simple practice that I know helps my vagus nerve shift me into the parasympathetic. So today, one of the ways that we can signal the vagus nerve to do this is by increasing our nitric oxide levels. And this can happen with an extended breath. So if we're inhaling and exhaling, the exhale is extended longer than the inhale. So there are different numbers you can play around with, and everyone really breathes at a different rate. So the specific numbers aren't important. Well, they are important. Everything's important. But I chose 5, 5, 8. Inhale for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 8. That's what we're going to do together. I chose that because this is Kali Magic 558 after all. This is about infinite growth and expansion, evolution. So the important part, the more important part, is the ratio of the counts. So if you get off count with me, that's fine. Just make sure your exhale is longer than your inhale. Okay, we're gonna do this by breathing in for 5. Then we're gonna hold at the heart. We're gonna send this breath into the heart. So visualize the air coming in through your nostrils, so like up and in through the nostrils and then to the heart. That's your first 5. Then we're gonna hold it here at the heart for 5 and just feel the energy kind of sinking down. And then we're gonna exhale for 8 and send that energy. Visualize the breath going down into the earth. Even if you're inside or on a chair, the earth is still beneath you. So visualize it going down and out. Then we're gonna inhale again through the nostrils for 5 and then hold it here at the heart for 5 and gently sinking the energy down for that hold, and then exhale for 8. We'll do that 5 times, and then we're gonna add a slight change, but I'll let you know when we're ready for that. All right. So inhaling for 5 through the nose and holding at the heart. Hold. Exhale for 8, send it down. Inhale through the nose. Hold for 5 at the heart. Exhale for 8. Inhale. Hold. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 5. Hold at the heart for 5. Exhale for 8. Send it down. Inhale for 5. Hold it at the heart for 5. Exhale for 8. pause for a moment. We're going to continue for 3 more of these, but this time we're going to send our exhale with a hum. So as I exhale for 8, I'm also going to hum or groan, just vibrating the vocal cords. 3 more. On the final one, we're gonna just let it go past 8. We're gonna exhale as long as possible. Extend that groan. Okay, so inhale with me for 5. Hold it. Exhale with a groan. Or a hum. Inhale. Hold. Exhale with a groan or a hum. All right, this is the one we're gonna hum or groan with our exhale as long as we can. Inhale for 5. Hold. Exhale as long as you can. Return to your natural breath pattern now. Noticing how you feel. Simply noticing how you feel, taking the time to notice how you feel each day. That is also toning your vagus nerve. To come into your inner world and check in. What am I feeling in my body? Where is there tension? Just noticing if there is tension anywhere in your shoulders, in your back, in your knees. Wherever you notice tension, see it, and simply say relax, unless that triggers you, which it might. So just be here and exhale. Thank you for joining me. We'll exit with some lip blubbers. Go ahead, just like when you were little. That's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and we'll meet back up again at Vegas tomorrow.